Canvas.
Hello there. Hello. What is going on, all of you lovely people? How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Oscars, the 96 Academy Award 2024 edition. Yes. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up as you're coming on into the room before we start celebrating all the wins. And I guess we're not going to be celebrating the losses, but we're going to be talking about them, all the upsets, all the things that we did not expect, all that good stuff. Just two topics today. You know, we gotta talk some Dragon Ball, but of course, right after that, we gotta talk some Oscars. So before I get started and all that, like usual, like always, guys, let me know how I'm looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Excuse me, please let me know if I am crisp. Let me know if I am clear. Did you watch the Oscars yesterday, Sunday, March the 10th, 2010? If you did not, what the hell were you doing? Okay, I'm going to give my opinion on not just the wins and the losses, but also just the show itself. If I enjoyed it, the whole production, if I liked the host, if I liked some of the comedy bits and all that good stuff. It's really unfortunate because I was really looking forward to the beginning, the intro of the Oscars, just how they brought it in with Jimmy Kimmel. I'll give my 2 cents on him in just a second. But I missed the intro. I was trying to take a bath. I was trying to take a shower right before. I don't know. I just felt like being fresh for the Oscars, you know. And I had it on my phone, you know, but I didn't have my phone in the shower with me. I didn't want it to get wet and damaged. So I was trying to listen to it, but I think I missed like the first 4 or 5 minutes and all that. But, you know, if I guess I can still go back and watch the replay. But let me go ahead and shout out you lovely people right now. I see that we have 25 people watching. That's what's up right there. That is what's up. How many thumbs up we got? We got 14 thumbs up. Hopefully we can do better than that. Also, guys, just want to let you know my road to 50,000. Okay. Let me hit the refresh button. Right now, I am at 49. Y'all see that right there? Let me zoom in and make that a bit bigger. 49,831. Okay, come on, y'all. I'm right there. What is that? 169? Did I do my math right? Let me bring out the calculator because I'm slow like that. So that's let's see here, minus 49,831. Yes, that's what they were going 69. I'm 169 subscribers away from hitting that wonderful 50K, and I can only get there with your help, guys. So help your boy out. Help your boy out. You know, share the video, do whatever you got to do to help me reach that milestone. And a benefit for you doing that is, I will go over my entire Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, and VHS collection. I might have to go home to mommy and daddy's house to pick up some of those VHS tapes, you know, because I kept some over there for storage. They're still mine, but you know, anyway, y'all help your boy reach that milestone. Shout out to you if you're watching me on the replay as well, or on Twitch, Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Shout out to my Instagram family as well. I see we got Shenandoah over there. What's going on, my sister? We have Kevin Lamar, Stoey Carchives, I think. Sorry if I messed your name up. MSK Creative and DMAS4264. Shout out to you, lovely people. But let's shout out the people watching right now on the YouTube. We got Mars. I don't know how to say this. I'm sorry. Hello, Mark Zoll. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. ER's grandpa is in the building. Hiya! Hiya! What's going on, ER? How you doing? Thank you for being here. It's not a party without Mama Avery in the building. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's get those thumbs up, guys. We got Alita Scott is in the building. What's going on, Miss Alita Scott? Thank you for being here and letting me know that I sound clear and all that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. We got Chill Spot, a.k.a. Thor's Asgardian Queen. Happy Sunday, Monday, everyone. LOL watching with love tonight because Thor has to work late. That's too sad. That's too sad. Tell him to quit his job right now. Come what? No, I'm joking. Don't. He gotta pay the bills and be responsible. But thank you, Chill Spot, for being here. I do appreciate it. Anna Rabia, what is going on, ma'am? How you doing? How you doing? Hopefully the hubby is still doing great over there. And still praying for him, even with your great update that you gave us a time ago. And so, yeah, guys, give me that thumbs up right now. I would really, really appreciate it. Don't know if anybody will be showing up today, but just in case, Mr. Ron Burgundy, I do need your help, sir.
If I'm gonna do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team, assemble! News team, assemble!
Thank you, Ron. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And to the moderators out there, please, please, please. Protect the chat as best as you possibly can. Before we get started, we have a super chat. Yay! Oh, wait a minute. I'm tripping. Thank you so much for being $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. No comment. I just want to make sure. Okay. Reading everything the right way. Okay, good. Now, guys, before we get into the Oscars, I have to address this. I have to have at least one movie news roundup topic. And this is a sad one. I did not cry, but I was close. I was close. I almost came to tears. Y'all, I love this show right here. I love this show, Dragon Ball Z. This is without a doubt my favorite show, movie, anime, piece of entertainment that has ever come out in the whole wide world. I mean, I love it. Goku is my favorite character out of everybody. out of anything Marvel, out of anything DC, out of anything in a book, a TV show, movie, it don't matter. Goku is my favorite. I love this man, even though he's a fiction. I just it just means so much to me, you know. One of the things is I'm not a quitter. I don't care how long it will take me to complete a task in life. It can take me 10 times longer than the average person, but I won't quit. And that's because Goku doesn't quit. Real talk. Man, I'm getting emotional right now talking to you guys about it. Like, seriously, anytime I wanted to quit, anything in life, I would think about Goku. And I was like, Goku never gave up in battle. He never quit. He kept going. And, because he never quit, man, he was able to make transformations like this, Super Saiyan 3. I enjoyed this transformation much more than any in Dragon Ball. Well, this is Dragon Ball Z, but any of the Super Saiyan 1. A lot of people are talking about, hey, that's one of the most iconic moments. Him going to, that's an ugly picture, but him going Super Saiyan 3 was the best. And because he didn't quit, the man was able to go Ultra Instinct. But my point is, I love Dragon Ball Z. But unfortunately, this year, March 1st, out of nowhere, we lost the creator of one of the greatest shows of all time by the name of Akira Toriyama. I can't even pronounce his name. This is coming from comicbook.com. I just got to show this dude some respect. Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama, dead at 68. It is with a heavy heart that we report Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, has passed. Dragon Ball has been one of the most influential anime franchises of all time. And it is with a heavy heart that we announce the passing of its creator, Akira Toriyama. Aside from creating Son Goku and the countless characters, man, I'm really getting emotional reading this. I can't even read it because my eyes are watery. Of the Shonen series, Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting this at all. Toriyama also had a hand in creating the likes of Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest, Sandland, and more. Toriyama's influence cannot be overstated both in the anime world and the universe of pop culture, as his legacy will live on in his creations for quite some time in the future. Akira Toriyama was born in Nagoya-Aichi, Japan in 1955. He first announced the world of Dragon Ball in 1984, with the story of Goku and his friends becoming one of the biggest anime properties of all time. Toriyama has continued to work on franchises to this day, working on the manga along with recent film Dragon Ball Superhero. And I have a review for that on my channel. The letter regarding Akira Toriyama's passing was shared on the Dragon Ball website, and it reads below. Damn, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I gotta wipe my eyeballs off. This is crazy. Guess y'all can understand how much this franchise means to me. And if you don't know, you're about to. Dear friends and partners, hold on. Let me get my eyes right. Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that the manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was at the age of 68. It is our deepest regret that he still has several works in the middle of creation with his enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he had left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you of this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and a very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform that we will not accept flowers, condolences, gifts, visitings, offerings, and others. Also, we ask that you refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plans for a commemorative gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for understanding and support as always. And this was on the official Dragon Ball Twitter account or Instagram account. And he passed away March 1st. And a lot of us didn't really find out until I think March 8th or March 7th, which was last Thursday. I know it was, I think it was, yeah, it was last Thursday. No, yeah, last Thursday I found out March 7th, and a lot of people found out March 8th. But yeah, real talk, man. If I was trapped on an island and that was like, Brandon, you're trapped here for the rest of your life. You can only have one form of entertainment to watch over and over and over on repeat. It would be Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. It wouldn't be Dragon Ball Heroes. I just can't, I can't do that. But Dragon Ball, um, that was my issue right there. And the thing about it is, yeah, I'm a boast and brag and all that right now. Like, a lot of people started watching Dragon Ball in the United States when it came to Cartoon Network and Toonami. No, no, no. When it hit Cartoon Network and Toonami, it was old to me at that point in time. My mom used to drive me. We lived in Oak Cliff, if you know Dallas. Addison is about maybe 20, 25 minutes north. She would drive me to this Japanese animation store. And actually, let me get the prop real quick. Oh man. She would drive me to this Japanese animation store, and they would have the Dragon Ball Z episodes in Japanese, but with English subtitle. And I would hook up two VCRs when I get home, and I would tell the people at the store I was doing this, and they didn't care. But I would play it on one and record it on the other. And this is one of them right here, one of my VHS tapes for Dragon Ball. If you see it, it says movies DBZ. I was old school with it, man. So I love this. I used to collect the cards when I was in high school, in junior high. That's Majin Buu, the Buu saga. I don't know if y'all can see that right there, but man, I love this right here. I used to draw as well. I got a few college photos. I don't want to pull up the wrong ones. But I don't know if y'all can see that right there. But that's a Dragon Ball poster. This was in one of my apartments when I was in college. And right under that, you can't see it that well. That is a drawing that I made of Goku and all of his three Super Saiyan forms at the time. And so I was really into it. Also, this was one of my in my apartment. This was my second apartment in college. You see those posters on the wall that sail at the bottom right? That's Gohan, a drawing I did in the top right, Goku, and the top left with all of his three Super Saiyan forms. This was around 2004, maybe, yeah, 2004, 2005, and then a drawing right underneath. I was really into this stuff, man, and yeah, I love Dragon Ball. I have more VHS tapes at home at my folks' house. I wish I had the props and all that, but I didn't feel like driving all the way down there to get it. But this really affected me last week when the news hit. We heard that he was a part of the new series that's coming out this fall, Dragon Ball Daima. So I just assumed that he was in good health, but apparently not. I got on Blu-ray. I got the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie here, which was fire. I also have part of the Cell Saga on Blu-ray right here. And this is only like a fraction of my collection. But this was really hard for me because I love me some Goku. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, rest in peace. Never met this man. It would have been nice, but I feel like I lost a friend here. I cry. I have no shame in my game for saying this. I cried the last episode of Dragon Ball Z when Goku, or was it GT or GZ, when he went into the dragon. So I was trying to find a photo of me in high school. I went to high school with this dude named Louis. I don't know if even if you're still alive, bro. I hadn't heard from you in 22 years since high school. But I had a photo of us doing the Kamehameha in the hallway of high school, you know. It just meant that much to me. So, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You surely will be missed. You changed my life and influenced it a lot. So, whew, just want to give this man a little bit of silence because of that. So, rest in peace, sir. You will be missed. All right. All right. Sorry about all that, guys. Sorry for all the emotions and stuff, but I'm going to clip that and make a separate video. But now let's talk about these Oscars, man. Let's talk about these Oscars and everything that happened last night. I was really looking forward to the Oscars. It also feels really good when you have seen majority of the films that were nominated. Just it's for me at least, it's just really nice to be part of the conversation. I'm really happy with all of the wins that Oppenheimer got. But before we could talk about the Oscars per se, or the winners and losers or whatever, how did y'all feel about the show? I want to hear from you guys. Whether you're watching live or on the recap. How did you feel about the production? How did you feel about the host, Jimmy Kimmel? Was it funny? Was it boring? They did change up some things. They started it an hour early than they usually do, and I think that's a great idea. It's not ending at 10:30 at night. People got to wake up in the morning, go to bed, or go to work in the morning, or do this or do that. It ended at 9:25. It was right under 3 hours. If it started at 7, I remember it ending like the credits coming up at 9:25, and I pay special attention to that because I was trying to strategically release some of my movie reviews, and I did last night with Oppenheimer, which won a ton of awards. It didn't win them all. It was nominated 13 times, and I'm gonna talk about that in detail a little bit later. But let's talk about Mr. Jimmy Kimmel first. How did you guys feel about Jimmy Kimmel? Did you like him as a host? Did he bore the hell out of you? If I had to be honest, I think he did a decent job. He wasn't the best host, but he definitely wasn't the worst. I think they went safe with him. He's not necessarily a movie guy. It would have been nice to have somebody that's more into films than him, but he did a good job, and I did laugh at a couple of his jokes. I'm not going to get deep into a political discussion right now, but the joke that he made about Donald Trump, I laughed out loud. He was like, "Isn't it?" The joke is, "Isn't it past your bedtime?" But he said, "Isn't it past your jail time?" So that was funny to me. I think that most of the people in the audience laughed anyway because, Hollywood is more liberal, in my opinion, and most liberal people don't agree with his views. So, I mean, it was a good response. It was a good reaction, but I laughed about that. I did. I and my mom got a laugh out of that too because we had a discussion this morning about it, and she laughed at that. I also got a laugh of the bits with him and John Cena. Where John Cena came out and he was naked. Now, I don't know, some people believe in this, some people believe in that. When I was scrolling Instagram yesterday, a lot of people was like, "Oh, what did they say? Humiliation ritual." Because some people, and I don't know. I'm not in the trenches as far as this concerned that, if you're in Hollywood, you gotta do all of this and do all of that to please the higher ups or the Illuminati. And I don't know, but I think that that's where they was leaning. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I haven't done my research as far as that's concerned. That didn't even cross my mind. So I'm not saying that they right or wrong, but that was, in the comment section a lot. I personally thought it was funny. I did. I got a laugh out of that. I was wondering if John Cena had a sock over his piece, because I was like, man, one slip up, man, and oh my goodness gracious, you are going to be exposed to the world, sir. And the thing about it is, I don't think too many people would be upset about that. I mean, John Cena, he's in shape. If you like a very very muscular build. Uh, but I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't know. They most likely do. Well, I've only been to one, and a lot of award ceremony places, or in the auditorium, they will take your cell phones, have you leave them in the car or lock them up at the door or give you a bag to lock them in. The reason why I said that is I was asking myself, okay, we got a full frontal shot, but all the people to the right and the left, they could be pulling out their phone and taking side profile pics. And I wonder if that's going to float online. I haven't seen any. I haven't looked either. But I thought this was funny. I mean, especially when it comes for the best costume, that was the joke. My mom didn't think it was funny. She was, she wasn't like upset, like, oh, this is ridiculous or anything like that. But she was like, it was a bit much, considered nice. And I'm not mad at her for that. I am not mad at her for that. But I thought John Cena was funny. Now, apparently, there is another gentleman that I believe Jimmy Kimmel has collabed with a number of times. He did the toast with the tequila. I thought that was kind of funny as well. What else did I think was funny? Actually, let me see here. I laughed when I saw the joke was going LOL costumes on point. Yeah. I got a kick out of it. Let's see here. John Cena was funny. I was watching the Oscars when the streaker ran through. Really? Love. I can't open my envelope. Yeah, it was funny. It was unexpected. So that was cool to me at least. But comedy is subjective. So thank you for that. I'm going to lie. I wanted to see something. Jasmine, I don't blame you. You're a woman. You like a muscular man. Yeah, I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not mad at you for that. Why don't you go ahead and slide in them DMs? You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. You never know. Something else that I thought was funny was the back and forth between Ryan Gosling and Emily. Was it Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt? What was that it? Ryan Gosling. No, not Emily Blunt, because no, it wasn't. Wait, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Oscars. Was it? I know it was. Yeah. It was these two. And them going back and forth about the Barbenheimer thing, and she was like, no, Ryan Gosling was like, oh, y'all are just riding on the coattails of Barbie. I thought that was funny. That landed quite well too. So I got a joke. I got a good laugh out of that. What also did deliver was the I'm Just Ken performance. Ken at the Oscars, that performance with Ryan Gosling, it was a very entertaining song in the film and on stage. I think they said that this was the most backup dancers or extras, supporting cast in an Oscar performance ever. I could be wrong, but I enjoyed this. It was fun. Ryan had a lot of energy. He was on the stage. He was in the crowd. I think he gave the mic to what is her name? That she won Best Leading Actress. Oh goodness gracious! I cannot believe her. Oh my gosh! The woman from was it Emma Stone? Emma Stone. He gave the mic to her, and she was doing her thing, like singing and dancing. Yeah. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah. What's up, Tiffany? I love Ryan's performance. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I really did like that. One critique I will have though that they kind of effed up, in my opinion, was when they were right before they was going to commercial break. They would have somebody. They would have the people leaving the stage, and they had one of the announcers. Um, doing a little outro, but then had the people walking off the stage like right next to them. Like there was nowhere else to record. That was kind of tacky to me. And they could have did better there. They kind of dropped the ball there. David Allen Greer, that was breaking everything down. Like this is the ninth Academy Award nomination for Paul Giamatti, and he did this and did that, and first Oscar for this person. His voiceover, his monologue. I really did enjoy that too. You can't go wrong with David Allen Greer. So shout out to that brother as well. So I enjoyed him. I don't know who this lovely young woman is beside him. Maybe his daughter or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of making an assumption, but he did great as well. He did great as well. So I really did like that. I really did like Erica Alexander before the Oscars on the red carpet. She gave, I think it was Variety, who she gave a great interview to. So shout out to her. I love her hair. She's beautiful. She's talented, and she's very smart too. She's very, very smart. Not all men and women are smart. Not all men and women are smart, but she is one of the smart ones. But man, look at this hair though. I mean, oh, God, I love a lot of hairstyles, but this is one of them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. Yeah, man, yeah, her interview was fire. Her interview was fire. Her interview was fire. Let's see here. I wanted John Baptiste to win. His song was so beautiful. Right on, right on, right on. I got you. I ain't mad at you, Jasmine. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, get those likes up. Ryan G's dance number was okay. Didn't see the movie. Watch you and Kim's review though, so I'm good. Okay, thank you for watching our review. I do appreciate that. And yes, me and Kimberly Curran, Southern California, we did do a recap review for Barbie. She had an interesting take, and I agree with her too for the most part. So you guys check that out when you get a chance. That is on the channel. That is one of the things that we did review. What else before we get to the wins? What else stood out? I did like the performance for the Killers of the Flower Moon. That was dope as well. Long ass movie. I'm glad that the performance wasn't Killers of the Flower. I'm glad the performance wasn't as long as the movie, but I really did enjoy that as well. So if you saw the movie, if you saw the performance at the Oscars, let me know. But that was pretty cool right there. And so shout out to them. Great movie if you haven't seen it. It did leave last night without any wins. They were shut out completely. And I'm personally okay with that. I am, considering everything else that won at the Oscars. Let's see here. What else? It's slipping my mind. Oh, the memoriam, all of the people that passed. That was nice too. I was like, y'all better have Carl Weathers up there. I was looking for him, but they did show him, and so that's cool. Now, something else that I really did like that I don't think they've ever done before is towards the end where they were announcing the winners for best supporting actor, best supporting actress, best lead actor, best lead actress. Is they brought out the winner from last year and four other individuals, actor, actresses that won in that same category as well. So they had five nominees each, but five previous winners, and they went one by one, showing them love, support, accolades, and all that. That was a very nice touch. I really did enjoy that. So that was very, very entertaining. So great job, Oscars, as far as that's concerned. But yeah, it was entertaining. It was a decent show. It was a decent production. Yeah, I wasn't bored, but I just wasn't blown away. It could have been funnier though. I still want Kevin Hart to come and host the Oscars. I think he would be perfect. I know that he was chosen to do it a couple of years ago, a few years ago, but he decided to step down because there were some people online that didn't like his commentary on a few things in society, and he thought it was his best interest to step down, and that's such a bummer too, man. Because I think when he said that when he was young, coming up, that hosting the Oscars was part of his dream, and so I want to see him live that through. And so I did say to myself when I was watching last night that Kevin Hart needs to come do this. That would be fantastic. But before we get to all the winners and stuff, what are there any other moments that happened last night at the Oscars that you guys can think of that I can get some brief commentary on? Um, Let me know. If not, we can move on. I'm kind of putting everybody on the spot. Um, did did I miss Lance Reddick in the memoriam? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't know. I don't know. But let me know if I am. So let's see here. Um, I got this Oscar standout moments. I'm just Ken, John Cena nudity, and bad review from Donald Trump. Let's see here. Are there any bullet point? I'm just Ken was great. Okay, so yeah, there's not really. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I would hate. Oh, that's the same site. Um, okay, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Eo's grandpa. Sorry about that. Biggest moments, and there was a lot of good speeches. I like the speech from Emma, who won for the Poor Things. Also, this sister, she went away. Miss Divine, she won Best Supporting Actress, in the Holdovers. Let's see her. Thank you, Tiffany. I knew I was forgetting something. I like the Batman moment with Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like that too. That was pretty fun right there. Yeah, they that was pretty dope. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That John Cena moment felt like they are trying to get the same amount of press as the slap. Okay, Andrew, I didn't really feel that way. I don't think anybody can get as much exposure than the Oscar slap. But I'm not mad at you feeling that way. So, but let's go ahead and get into these winners and losers. One of and I'm disappointed with some of the winners and losers. Um, some, not all of them, but I want to present to you an award that my dad got me a number of years ago. So shout out to dad. So here's my Oscar. Yeah. So dad, if you watch it, thank you. What does that say? Try to zoom in. Oh man, come on, focus camera. Come on, focus. It says Hollywood's best son. So thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. Yeah, here's my award. But I want to give this back to you, sir, Hollywood's best dad. So, thank you. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. And so I keep this with me, by his picture over there. So thank you very much for my reward, sir. Uh, that was not a fake slap, but okay. So let's get into these awards right here. First, we have writing original screenplay. The first one is Anatomy of a Fall. That was the winner. It was going up against The Holdovers, which is a great film. Maestro, I didn't get to finish that. May, December, and Past Lives. But Anatomy of a Fall, it won. If y'all haven't seen this film, you're missing out. It was good. It was also recommended for Best Picture, nominated for Best Picture. So Not a big deal, but I'm not mad about that at all. And yes, Violet, shout out to Dad. Yeah, shout out to Dad. Shout out to Dad. Okay, now we got writing or a best adapted screenplay. Let's see here. I am really, really happy about this right here. Does anybody remember who won this one? I am so happy that this gentleman won right here. It was for American Fiction. American Fiction won the adapted screenplay. Me and E-Man with E-Man's movie reviews, we did a review for this as well. Posted it to the channel, so make sure you guys check that out. But the speech that went along with this right here, and him just talking about, hey, studios, instead of y'all always trying to make $200 million films, why don't you make 20 $10 million films or 50 $4 million films? And I couldn't agree more. And the gentleman that I'm talking about is Mr. Corey Jefferson, a brother too. This was his first Oscar. This was his directorial debut. So shout out to him for winning best best adapted screenplay for American Fiction, because he did write that. So I was not expecting that. That could have went to Oppenheimer, Poor Things, or The Zone of Interest. And I've seen all of these. I've seen American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. I didn't see Zone of Interest though. And so yeah, shout out to that brother right there. And you are right, Andrew. Great movie. All right, now visual effects. I have to see. This seems like a I don't agree with this one right here. I don't. Best visual effects went to Godzilla -1. I love this movie. It was one of the best movies of 2023, but I don't think it should have won over visual effects. I don't. I don't think it should have went. I don't think it should have went to Napoleon. I don't think it should have went to Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. But the creator or Guardians of the Galaxy, if we're just looking at visual effects now, I feel like that's I feel like it should have got second or third place. Now, it is nice what they did with the amount of budget that they had, but that's not what they're judging. But
finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Right on. Let's see what my guest has to say. I'm very, very happy they showed up. Who is it? Place your bets in the comment section right now. Coming to the stage.
You call. I'm gonna clean you out again.
Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility.
Wookiees stand out in the crowd. It's good to see you too, old buddy.
We had each other.
Hold on, Chewie.
It's Elliot with Movie Files. Yes.
What up?
What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, B? How we doing?
We are doing fantastic, sir. Now, especially that you are here. Thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, sir. I really do appreciate it.
No doubt, man. No doubt. How's everyone in the chat doing tonight?
Fantastic, man. They're shouting you out. They know your intro. That's lovely. You know what I'm saying? We got a hey, Elliot from Let's Chat with B. Also, Jasmine saying hello. That's wonderful right there. But yeah, guys, if you don't know, and you should know, I mean, this guy is one of the hardest working people on YouTube. This is Elliot with Movie Files. He's just that guy. If you love what he has to say, as well as myself, follow him on social media. His information will be in the description box of this video. And this is what his channel looks like. Look at that flannel that he flexing over there. I like it. But yeah, let's help this man get to 75K. Elliot, man, we're talking about these Oscars, man. Real quick before we get back into the winners and the losers. You have any stand? I mean, how'd you feel about the show overall? to production? Was you bored? Was it entertaining? Did you like the early start time? You prefer it late? Was you laughing? Get Jimmy Kimmel out of here. How'd you feel overall?
So I didn't watch it in its entirety. Like I was kind of in and out doing some other things. So I was kind of playing in the background. And when something I was excited for, I would like kind of lock in. But from what I saw, it looked like, it went by pretty quickly. Like as far as pacing, if you've been watching the Oscars for many years now, sometimes they have a bit of a slow start. It gets kind of weird. It gets boring and, but I thought the pacing was good. I'm at the point now. I don't think they need a host. Like no disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel, but I think it just moves quicker when you just have the presenters. They can do a little joke or two, or have people pop in every now and then. But either way, I thought he was fine. The funniest bit I thought was the him and the John Cena commentary. That was pretty funny, and there was a couple other jokes I thought was fine. But nonetheless, I thought it was a really well produced Oscars. And as far as just like, I guess we'll talk about like winners and losers and surprises, but I was thoroughly, again, for what I saw, I was thoroughly entertained for the most part. It was one of the more, like I said, quicker Oscars that we've seen in years.
I will give you that. Let me ask you this. Let me push back a little bit. Since I somewhat agree with you though, as far as the host is not necessary, but if the Academy hit you up and like, Elliot, we love your takes on your Movie Files channel. You know what you're talking about, so we need your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
For the 97th Academy Awards, we're going to listen to you, sir. Who do you want to host the Oscars next? Do you have anybody? You can name one person. You can name 3 people. If it was up to you, and don't say no host, but if you had to pick somebody, who in the whole wide world, 8 billion people, would you pick? I have my one. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I gave my suggestion. I can let you know.
I think Billy Crystal was a good host for many years. I don't know if he'll be up to returning. I like the banter between Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I love their back and forth all the time. So they would be a fun host. I'm trying to think of like a good acting duo. Like I don't know, like The Rock and Kevin Hart doing a duo situation.
Nice. Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I think I'll go with those. But either Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, throw Will Ferrell in the mix, maybe. But yeah, I think The Rock and Kevin Hart would be entertaining.
I didn't even think about that. He was there, suited and booted. He was, I like his get up, his attire. It was quite nice. Mm-hmm. I said Kevin Hart. Mm-hmm. I know that he stepped down because people were mad at him for some commentary. Yeah. But I was really frustrated because he was like, it was a dream of his to host Oscars. So Kevin Hart, I know you're watching, buddy. Come on, man, come back, host the Oscars. I think you can knock it out the park. I actually think you have the potential to be one of the best hosts ever in all of them. I don't, that may be saying a lot, but I think he has it in him to pull that off. So. You got, and y'all let us know what y'all think about that. You agree or disagree in the comment section. I know you saw American Fiction. You talked about it highly on your channel. It won Best Adapted Screenplay. Yeah. And your boy Corey Jefferson, did you see his speech?
I did.
He was like, "Hey man, let's make this smaller budget of films." Elliot, I couldn't agree more. How'd you feel about that, man?
No, it was well said. What did he say? That you never know if the next Martin Scorsese's out there if you don't give these projects an opportunity. So I thought it was well said by him. And as I said, when I saw the film, he has a bright future ahead of him as far as directing, writing, and stuff of that nature goes. So yeah, I thought it was some really good speeches. And this one and Divine and Emma's were some of my favorite speeches of the night. And I thought that he definitely hit the nail on the head that yes, Hollywood continue to produce these small budgeted films, and not just for streaming, because that's where they're just going straight to streaming now on Amazon. And by all means, this is kind of a double-edged sword. Like having streaming platforms give more movies opportunities to be seen than years ago. At the same time, like it's almost like it's dedicated to just streaming. So we got to find a better balance of like things that can be theatrically seen for everyone to kind of enjoy on a big screen, but also, some of those films that might not do the best at the box office get to the platform like a Netflix or Amazon. So again, I think it's a matter of finding a better balance. But shout out to Korg, man, well deserved.
Yeah. And shout out to this suggestion as well. I like that. Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes. I would love that. I would love that. Did you see Anatomy of a Fall?
Yeah. So this was the last few years I made it a point to like see the majority of all the movies. So yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at them for winning original screenplay. I think that's pretty good. I forgot what it was. Well, no, it's the original screenplay, so it wasn't adapted from anything. But I was in there, man. I was in there from beginning to end. When they was in the snow and the Alps, when they were in the courtroom, speaking that French, that we, and so I'm pretty cool with that. But I don't know about this one, Elliot. Best of visual. Look, Godzilla -1 was fire. Okay, it was a great movie. One of the best last year. Had a great time. You did a live on IG specifically talking about this film. I think.
Yeah.
However, I think the creator or Guardians 3 should have got it with the visuals. Where you went on that, man? I mean, it looked great, man. But I think the creator got it as far as visuals is concerned. Man. Where you went with that?
Yeah, I mean, compared to the rest of the nominees, these were kind of those, as we just talked about, smaller budgets and smaller films. Not that these are smaller in scale, but smaller as far as production goes. I think the creator famously is known to have like a $90 million production budget, which is crazy, especially like what you're getting at. It looked gorgeous. It was like one of the best looking films of the year. And then, when you look at Godzilla, it was, I think, 15 to 20 million. Of course, before you take into account the conversion between the international, dollar amount versus US. But I think I'm happy with Godzilla winning, man. Like, again, it's a little engine that could. And, as I said, when I saw that film, it brings back the old school vibes of Godzilla. Like, even I know the visuals were kind of weird at times when you look at Godzilla, but I thought that was more of an intentional way to kind of call back to the older design, the slow motion of Godzilla, and some of those shots with atomic breath, and just I'll be honest with you, I think it deserves it, man. I think it deserves that award, and it's so funny for those Godzilla fans out there. It's I think it's the 50th. No, the 70th anniversary of when Godzilla first hit the big screen in 1954. So it's just kind of, I know it's not a on purpose, but it's kind of a coincidence that 70 years later or whatever, it wins its very first Oscar, which is crazy, and I think it's deservedly so, man. It's a great film.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. Violet says it was the 33rd Toho film, so that's what's up right there. Cool. I'm sorry, y'all. Just randomly, I thought about my dinner that I'm gonna have later, and I got excited. I just had to say that randomly, real quick. I know that came out of nowhere. But okay. Thank you, Violet. Thank you, Elliot. And I'm tripping, man. If I just say thank you for being here, I appreciate. My fault.
No, you did. No, you did.
Thank you for being here. Now, let's talk about this right here. I know you saw Oppenheimer. Fantastic film. I thought that was a lock, Elliot, for best sound. Okay. Sound was fire, but they gave it to Zone of Interest. I really can't comment because I didn't see Zone of Interest. I have a screener for it. I'm gonna still check it out because I've heard. I think it was Dan Merle. I saw on his channel. He was raving about the Zone of Interest. He's one of the box office guys. He was actually in Dallas. We was in the same theater for Madam Web. He came to Dallas.
Oh, really? I met a fun story. I met him a few times. He comes out to St. Louis too to go see it, and we've chopped it up a few times. Cool guy.
Cool. Yeah. He was real nice. But he was one of the people that's like, man, y'all, the sound and Zone of Interest is fire. So I haven't seen it, man. Did the Zone of Interest deserve to win, in your opinion, if you saw it, for sound over the creator, over Maestro, over Mission Impossible, and Oppenheimer?
Yeah, I have seen it. And I have a review on my channel for it. I wasn't the biggest fan, like narratively speaking. It's a very unorthodox type of film. I can appreciate the filmmaking, but one of the things I spoke highly of was the sound of the film because it is very effective. It's a character within itself. Not to give too much away, but if you're familiar with the concept of this Nazi family living across from this Nazi camp, you don't see any of the horror, but you hear it all throughout the film. So it is very effective on creating the mood and the grossness of the situation, but also the monsters in the situation. So I will say, yes, Oppenheimer, incredible, especially the Trinity test. All the sound was fantastic, but when you take into account how important the sound is to the Zone of Interest, like I said, it's almost like the main character of the film. Then it's the one thing that I definitely could say was a standout for me with that film. So no surprise that it won.
I don't even know what this is about. Auschwitz commandant Rudolf Hoss and his wife Hedwig strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and garden beside the camp. Drama, history, war. I was watching this last night with a friend of mine, and when the sound category, they give a clip or a
Mhm.
soundbite of each film, and I was like, hell no, man, Oppenheimer should win this. And
Mhm.
then when they showed we heard the clip and saw it of the Zone of Interest, we looked at each other. We was like, damn, that do sound real good though,
It is
So
really, yeah, it's
just
very
by
effective.
that alone, yeah, by that alone, I wasn't mad. I was like, the little part that we did here,
Yeah.
I can respect that. I can respect that. I didn't see any of the short films. Did you see any of those?
No, the short films, docs, were my blind spots this
Okay.
year.
Yeah,
But
we got the winner of the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. I have no idea what any of these are. So we can just kind of skip past that one. And as well as animated short, I didn't see any of these. What about you?
no, missed
No.
missed out on those.
Okay. If anybody out there watching live or on the replay, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, if you've seen any of those,
Congratulations to the winners, right?
yeah, congratulations. Shout out to Black Tree TV. I see you watching. Trying to be just like you, sir, when I grow up, Shout out to J Love Cinema. Shout out to Nita Boo. What's going on, Miss Boss Lady? ER's grandpa watching on YouTube and Instagram. That's what's up.
There you
Shout out
go.
to Moochie. What's going on, fam? Monique, Nicole, what's up? Sunny Shine, hi guys. I love both of y'all channels. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Trying to show love to everybody over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. Best production design. Let's see here. We got Poor Things, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and Oppenheimer. Elliot, I thought Barbie was a lock for this. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, they knocked it out the park as far as the production on Barbie when they were in Barbie Land.
Mhm.
Now, Poor Things was good. It was great. But I thought that Barbie had it, but it didn't win. It was Poor Things that won. And so that's interesting. I definitely don't think it went. I mean, it was good in all of these. It was good in Napoleon. That movie was whack, though, the movie itself.
Yeah.
But the costumes and the production was great. And even though I love Oppenheimer, as far as production design, I'll say that's last place.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I thought Barbie should have won this. I was a bit surprised by this. This was a bit disappointing to me, but it was Poor Things that won. How you feel about that?
Those were probably the two top for me, and I think a lot of the prior not festivals, but prior award shows, they were going back and forth. So I was leaning towards Barbie winning because I think that was, like you just said, it was great. It recreated that childhood memory for those that used to play with Ken and Barbie dolls. But if you don't know, I love Poor Things, and I thought Poor Things, like, aesthetically, just was gorgeous. It was like a Tim Burton meets Wes Anderson with Yorgos' own style and sensibilities, and how the sets and the designs kind of had that childlike fantasy to it, because Bella was, if you've seen the film, she has a very much a child mind. So no, I'm very happy that it won, because it was Poor Things is just not only an incredible film, but it's also a gorgeous looking film. But if Barbie would have won, I wouldn't have been mad at that either. So two great looking films, but I'm happy that Poor Things was. I actually prefer Poor Things over Barbie, like, as a film in general. So
yeah, man, I'm glad I watched it.
Oh, you finally saw it?
Oh yeah. Because man, it sucks that we couldn't link up. It was my fault. Elliot was available, I was not, so blame that on me. But I had to wait for it to come on Disney Plus, because it came on Disney Plus, I think, last Tuesday.
Mhm.
And I watched it, and I was like, my description for the film was, it's the best, most disturbing movie I've ever seen, or in quite some time. But it was good, man. It gets at least like a 9.5 out of maybe a 10, man. It was fire. And I didn't know what to expect.
Mhm.
Only thing I knew was I didn't watch any trailers.
Mhm.
I just read the synopsis. I'm like, okay, this scientist, this Frankenstein character, brings back Emma Stone's character to life.
Yeah.
And man, what is it? Was it a wild ride? And she definitely went on one herself.
Yeah.
I thought Mark Ruffalo was funny.
He was so damn funny.
Yeah, man. Chris Tate from New York. He was like, yeah, man, I think you'll like him, B, because he's such a different character than Mark Ruffalo, than Bruce Banner and Marvel, which I'm used to seeing him. I don't think I've seen him in anything else, to be honest with you. So he was funny, man. The way the 180 direction that his character went. And as
Yeah,
far as
Duncan.
production, when they got to France and when they was on that boat and
Mhm.
when they was looking down and saw the dead babies and bro, the imagery, the colors when they was on the boat, the back, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
What if I was watching this while I was high or something? You know what I'm saying? I don't do that, but I'm just.
Oh yeah, I saw it. And I got a chance to see it in theaters a couple times, and it's a gorgeous film. Look, and I think they took advantage of because I know there's been a little pushback on the volume, how Disney and Star Wars use. I think they used some of the volume when they were on the ocean scenes just to kind of create that vastness of the ocean.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was good. I'm surprised. Emma put it all out there. She did.
did.
This was yeah, a hard R is an understatement. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it's NC-17 for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
I forgot that was a rating right there, man. Last night she mentioned her daughter is turning 3 in 3 days. I was just like, what is her daughter gonna think when she grows up and sees mommy on screen? Doing all that. Well, another thing,
Hey, it's art. It's art, right?
Yeah. Even at the very beginning, man, when she was experimenting with the fruit and vegetables, I was just like, at that point, I was like, what am I about to watch? You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen any Yorgos's previous work?
No.
Okay.
No,
Definitely
no.
go down that rabbit hole. Lobster, The Favorite, Killing of a Sacred Deer. He is a very auteur director that I'm a big fan of Yorgos's work, man. He's a fantastic director. He's a much more like kind of refined Tim Burton to me. Like he's more like he has those wacky type of ideas and stuff like that, but he executes them really well. I'm a big fan of his work.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take. How long, man? Is he ain't not know Ari Aster? Is he?
In the sense of, because I've seen all of Ari's works. Yeah,
his first film.
Yeah, the Johnsons or whatever. Talk about the Johnsons film.
That man needs to be put in prison, bro, for that one.
Hey, again, art is very can imitate life. Stuff like that happens, unfortunately.
Of life, bro.
Stuff like that happens.
He needs
especially
to
it's a lot. That happens a lot more than we think, unfortunately.
I was talking to actually a friend that I met through my comment section. We've been friends for years. She described the film to me, and I was like, "You're effing kidding me." And we was talking on Instagram chat, and she told me to pull it up on YouTube, and I was skipping through as I was talking to her about it. Oh, that stuck with me, bro, in the worst way. But anyway, I saw a comment. Baby Toshiro, did you hate Poor Things? Is that what you're saying you hated? Let me know. Thanks for being here. Can someone? Okay, I'm gonna move on from that one. I knew Poor Things was gonna be amazing as soon as I saw the teaser trailer. When I was watching it, I realized that, I have seen a clip from this before when she hooked up with her fiance at the end. She was like, you do realize that I was a whore. I took cocks for money. I was like, I did see this. I didn't have any context the first time I saw it. Great, good performance, hated the storyline. It was nothing but porn. I got you.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
Oh no, it is not. It is not for everyone. But y'all let us know what y'all think. So moving on. Wait a minute. We don't want to say that one for last. Okay, let's do music. We got What I Was Made For, The Fire Inside, I'm Just Ken, It Never Went Away, and Wazahi, The Killers of the Flower Moon. I didn't really care about this one. What Was I Made For? It was cool. Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. I would have been happy with I'm Just Ken. And the Killers was fine too. Did you have any picks on this one or any expectations? How you feel about the best music?
Yeah, no, it was definitely between I'm Ken and Billie Eilish's song. I think I'm not mad at either. I mean, both of them, they would have won anyway, right? Because they're both Barbie songs. So no, I think Billie is a good win. And shout out to her, man. I think she's 22 years old and got 2 Oscars already. She has a very, it doesn't need to be said, but she has a very bright future as far as not only being an artist, but I think she wants to do more soundtracks and music. I know she did something for Bond a few years ago, and of course she won an Oscar for that, and now she gets it again. So I think she might have a nice career with making movies, music for movies, because she's great at it.
Cool. Stand on music, Elliot. I would have flipped the table if this didn't win, but I feel the right composer won. That is Ludwig
100%.
Göransson.
Yeah.
Second Oscar win. First one was for Black Panther in 2018. Was he part of Wakanda Forever?
Yeah. He did Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, but he won in 2018. He got his second win for Oppenheimer. Fire. I remember when the movie was circulating, everybody had a meme for this song on the story. It was everywhere. Every song was fire. They had the man on the
piano
beat,
on fire. Yeah, yeah, man. He was cooking.
Man, he was great. Man, I would have flipped a mother freaking table if that didn't win. Now, all of the jazz music in American Fiction by Laura Cartman, I did notice it. It did stand out. It was great.
Compliment the movie really well.
I haven't even seen most of the Indiana Jones movies. I didn't see that one. Killers was cool. Poor Things, I like the sound in Poor Things more than the music, but the music was still good too. But yeah, Ludwig, this was well deserved.
That's an easy win.
Yeah, easy win. So we are definitely in agreement right there. Let's see here. What's next? Makeup and hairstyling. Even though I didn't see all of these, Poor Things won. Now I didn't see Golda. I didn't finish Maestro. Oppenheimer and Society of Snow. I don't think it should have went to Oppenheimer, but when they showed the little previews before the winner is announced, I was more impressed with Golda and Society of Snow as far as the makeup is concerned. Poor Things. The makeup and hair in Poor Things was great with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
as the doctor.
That's right. I think that's what most of the Academy was looking at was his design. Yeah.
Okay, I was impressed by that.
Yeah.
So I guess it is justified. But I was because I didn't see those other ones, but I was like, okay, Golda, like, damn, that looks. They showed the transition.
Yeah,
I was like, that looks good, and this looks good. Even though I haven't seen the film, but they're doing a great job with this preview. But if you've seen Poor Things, Willem Dafoe, fantastic actor in there. They did kill it with his makeup. So I'm not too upset about that. International feature film. I have no idea what these are, but he did give a great speech. Is that the guy that was talking about Ukraine and Russia?
Yeah, Jonathan Glazer, the director. Yeah.
Okay. Did you happen to wait a minute. Okay, wait. Am I tripping? International feat. Oh no, I'm thinking I'm combining the wrong stuff. Am I? No, I don't know. But no, I'm not. I am confusing these. Have you seen any of these international films?
Yeah, the Zone of Interest, perfect. Yeah, I personally would have voted for Society of Snow. I think it's one of the best survival films I've ever seen. And I even would have put The Teacher's Lounge over the Zone of Interest. I didn't hate the Zone of Interest. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the film as everyone else was. But I personally would have gave it to the Society of Snow. That film is amazing.
Okay. Right on. Appreciate that. Moving on. This is well deserved too. This was easy. I would have flipped another table for editing. They was going back and forth to 3 to 4 different timelines for Oppenheimer. So yeah, Jennifer Lame, she won that. I liked her speech as well. It was short, it was sweet, but effective. It definitely beat Anatomy of a Fall, definitely beat The Holdovers, Killers, and Poor Things as far as editing. You agree?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, the different generations we go through, but more importantly, the pacing. It's a 3-hour plus movie, and it just felt like we were like the way Nolan puts it together and the way they edited it almost felt like you were watching a thriller suspense at times. So I love the way they edited the film to make you feel like there's a ticking time bomb as things kind of progress. So yeah.
Yep. I agree. I did not see any of the documentary short films.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. So congratulations, The Last Repair Shop. Don't know what you're about, but congratulations. Didn't see any documentary feature films, but congratulations. 20 Days of Whirlpool. This is the one that I was talking about about.
Oh, they was talking about Ukraine. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, did you see any of these yourself?
No, I was surprised that the one that there was a couple that I enjoyed last year. The Michael J. Fox doc was really good, and John Batiste had a doc. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Symphony. But those didn't get nominated. But so
Okay. Right on. Okay, another one that was obvious to me, I would have been upset, is Oppenheimer won for Best Director, and Christopher Nolan, Elliot, finally got his win, man. I know you're a big fan of him. I think Interstellar is one of your favorite movies of all time.
indeed,
I'm up there with you, man. That was two movies that I had the best theatrical experience in. One was Interstellar, where Matthew McConaughey went into the black hole. I saw that in true 70 millimeter IMAX. And Elliot, I may have told you this before, but I was in the theater scared, bro. Like, what the F is about to happen? This dude is going in a black hole. Like, what the crap? Also, the next one is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen. Is that the second one? The garbage one? They're all garbage.
That was when they were going Devastator or whatever. All the Transformers was coming together. I was literally watching like, oh my effing God, like what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
The stand-up moment for me in Transformers franchises, because I'm from Chicago, was The Fall of the Moon. That whole last 45 minutes with them in Chicago and the devastation and Optimus going against. That was like one of my favorite theatrical experiences with that terrible franchise.
Yeah, it's it had its moments, but disappointing stuff too. So
Here comes a new challenger.
We have another guest. Who is it? Place your bets, y'all. Coming to the stage.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo Indidaka! Unyanaka Njobu! I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on.
What's up?
Oh man, love that intro.
AK Killmonger. What's going on, my guy? How you doing?
What's going on? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Elliot?
What's going on, Larry? How we doing, man?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here, man. Y'all, this is Elliot, man. The original crew is coming back. That's what's up right there. His information is on the screen. Will be in the description of this video. I'll show his channel at the end. Larry, did you watch the Oscars, sir? Did you watch?
I did. What's funny is for the last several years I haven't watched them. I've like sort of dipped in and out, but this year I actually watched the entire Oscars from beginning to end.
Did you like the production? Was it fun? Did it meet your expectations or fall below? How you think about what Jimmy Kimmel and John Cena's nude costume bit and all that stuff?
Excuse me, I'm getting over a little cold. It was the John Cena thing was pretty it was pretty out there. But I mean, that dude it's amazing. Not to chuck at another dude, but that man is a physical specimen. I mean, that dude is like in his 40s or something. Yeah. And he is freaking ripped. Yeah. He is insane. But yeah, that was kind of funny. I think Hollywood has got their hooks in him. He's coming out to the Oscars naked. I would just watch this movie with him.
Ricky Slicky or
Ricky
whatever.
Stanicki, and they had him running around in a Britney Spears skirt and stuff. I was like, come on, bro. I was like, at least it's not just black dudes they're doing it too. But I was like, come on, Cena.
Already. Man, yeah, we're just we're going through these winners right here, man. We're don't have too much more to go, but we're raving about our boy Christopher Nolan, man. He won Best Director, man. Out of all of his whole filmography, he finally got a W, and so we're pretty happy with that one right there. How you feel about it? You think he should have won Best Director for Oppenheimer, or would you have given it to somebody else?
No, I was fine with him for Oppenheimer. The only thing I wish that the best film, the picture of the year was something different.
Wait. I don't want to jump ahead.
I'm not gonna say it. I just want to say I was hoping that would have been different, but I'm glad I'm okay with him for directing.
Cool.
I'm okay.
Cool.
I mean, how do you go against Christopher Nolan for directing unless it's like, you know, George Lucas decides he wants to come back out and go toe to toe, you know.
Okay. Now this next one I disagree with big time. I was texting one to Big Dog. Shout out to him. He probably last night like, B, if you don't stop texting me and let me watch the damn show, I'm gonna come to Dallas and get you in the mouth. But I was texting him after every award, and we disagreed on this one. But we're talking about costume design. Poor Things got it. Now the costumes in Poor Things was good. You know, Bella, Emma Stone's character. Oh, and Ella, I'm pretty sure Larry has some commentary on this. It was great costumes, man. But even though this movie was trash, in my opinion, Napoleon, I think it won for costumes. Like that was the best thing in that movie. So I disagree with. I was highly disappointed with this one here. I thought it definitely didn't need to go to Oppenheimer. It definitely, it didn't need to go to Killers. You know, Barbie was cool, but I thought that this one should have been Napoleon for best costumes. Larry, where you at on this, man? As far as the costumes are concerned, not the film, just the costumes.
I thought it was gonna go to Barbie.
Okay.
I'm still shocked that it didn't go to Barbie, but I mean, I don't know. There seems to be some backlash towards the whole Barbie thing, anyways. But I thought the costume should have gone to Barbie. But I mean, Napoleon would have been a good choice. I think Killers of the Flower Moon would have been good. You know,
okay.
I mean, Poor Things. They had some cool costumes in there. They had some good, but it was sort of. It was nothing unexpected. I'll just say that the costumes were nothing unexpected.
You know what? I ain't mad at that. Elliot, where you at on the costumes?
Yeah, I definitely see your Napoleon being up there, but I think at Napoleon they were just we expect that for that time, with those type of designs in general they're wearing. So I think that was kind of part of the course. But I think with the benefit of Poor Things, again, in the film is like the costuming is a very integral part, just like very similar to like what Larry was saying with Barbie, but also when you look at the progression of Bella and her outfit changes and how it plays with the characters and her becoming more of her own, autonomy of a woman, and also just the different costumes that you see from different various characters out the film. So I think going back to like when Ruth from what Black Panther wanted, like their costume is like so integral to the characters. So I think that kind of got the film or got the win because it was just like a big part of like the progression of the character from how she was just kind of sheltered and kind of wearing pajamas at the beginning to, she can wear her own clothes and become who she's becoming at the end of the film. So I think it was very integral to the story.
Okay. Well said from everybody. That's what's up right there. However, while I disagree with the last one for best costume, I definitely do agree with this one right here. This was an easy given to me. We got best cinematography. Oppenheimer got another one. How can you not? Hoyt van Hoytema. I think this is his second win, but the film looked beautiful, especially in the beginning, doing all that fission and fusion stuff. He's like throwing the glass in the corner, and and with that fission or whatever, it was like a representation of what was going on in Oppenheimer's head, his brain. Him thinking and trying to solve all these complex puzzles and create that bomb. But yeah, this is an easy win for me. It beat what's it, El Condi or I don't even know what that is. Definitely beat Killers, definitely beat Maestro and Poor Thing. Well, Poor Thing was good too. But yeah, this was easy for me. Elliot, how you feeling about best cinematography?
Yeah, man. Hoyt next behind Roger Deakins. He's my favorite cinematographer. And this is actually this is his first win because I think he lost Dunkirk. That was the other time he was nominated. Even though I thought he should have got nominated for Interstellar and also Tenet. I thought that those were two, and he did Nope last year. So he's just one of my favorite cinematographers out there, and he deserves to get that W.
Okay, let's see. I want to pull him up real quick. I like his name, Hoyt.
Yeah,
Man,
and also
I still think
I
he
think
was
he did Ad
robbed.
Astra.
He was robbed for Dunkirk. I mean, I feel like they almost gave him this because they robbed him from Dunkirk. You know,
Let's see who
I
won
think
that
sometimes they
year.
get it so wrong in previous years. They're like, if we get the opportunity to get it right, let's just go ahead and make it right. I
okay.
think this might have been one of those because I kind of think like as much as I did not like the content of the movie, Poor Things, I really found that movie in a lot of ways just revolting and perverse. I thought that the cinematography is what kept me in there because I was texting Brandon as I was watching that movie, and I almost turned it off about 4 times. The thing that it kept me going was I kept finding it visually interesting,
Okay.
and
So you
that's
would
what kept me.
which man, let's get it together, B. For you, Larry, should Poor Things have won or Oppenheimer? Which one, if you had to just pick?
If it was up to me, I would have chosen Poor Things, but
Or any of these, my fault, or any of it. But you
I still would have. I think I still would have gone with Poor Things because I found that one the most visually interesting out of all of them. Even though I didn't like the content of the film, I thought the way it was shot was really, really interesting. Oppenheimer was a really well shot film. It's one of those movies where you're like, this is a really well shot film.
Yeah. Okay.
But you don't expect anything less. There was I didn't see it as something that was like, oh, this is spectacular. Like Dune. Dune, when you watch that, I did not like Dune at all. I am not a Dune fan, but you watch the cinematography and you're like, oh, I can just put it on mute. I am not a Dune fan, period. I've tried to watch one. I haven't watched 2 yet.
Okay.
I'll try and watch 2, but I can just put it on mute and just watch the visuals.
I'm curious how you feel about part 2 because I thought part 1 of Dune was straight, but part 2 blew me away. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is effing amazing. But okay.
All right.
Moving on. Animated feature film. I thought that Across the Spider-Verse was a lock, but they gave it to The Boy and the Heron. I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron, so I can't give too much commentary. I text one take Big Dog. I was like, hey man, I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron. He was like, you know, who should have won? He said definitely Spider-Man across the board. He thought this was whack. Those weren't his exact words, but he wasn't pleased with it. But he said it definitely should have been Spider-Man. Elliot, where you at on the animated feature?
Yeah, I thought Spider-Man had it in the bag, to be honest with you, but I think the conversation around it, not some people feeling like it's not a complete film because it's obviously, you know, a part 2 of a part 3, which I don't agree with, but I think that's what held it back. But The Boy and the Heron is, I mean, it's from the GOAT, you know, one of the greatest directors as far as animated films go. So it's a great film. I don't know. I don't think it should have beat Spider-Man, but it is. If you're going to lose to a legend, I mean, you know, I have no quarrels with that. So, but I would have picked Spider-Man personally.
Larry, what would your pick, sir?
Be perfectly honest with you, I haven't seen any of these.
Man,
I can't comment. I haven't seen any of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has been on my watch list for a minute, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I think it's on Netflix, man.
I think it is, yeah.
So check it out. Now, Elliot, I know you're happy with this one. We talked about this briefly, and you know, I chose different, but I'm not mad at this win right here. We're talking best actress in a supporting role that goes to a sister. Well, shout out to the blacks, you know, like Issa Rae on both Everybody Black. Divine Joy Randolph won for The Holdovers. Ellie, I'm gonna come to you again first. Yeah, man. I didn't see Nyad, but and why is she even here? I'm sorry, America, for real, but that's
that monologue.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't good enough. But and, you know, Danielle Brooks was good. Emily Blunt was great. But Divine Joy Randolph, she not only gave a good performance in the movie, but she gave a great performance or a great speech as well afterwards. I think this is the first award too in the show. And so, yeah, Elliot, where you at your girl? Because I know you wanted her to win.
Yeah, no, I think deservingly so. For me, it was between her and Danielle Brooks, just because I think, and no disrespect to Emily Blunt, she was great in the film, but I don't think she had as big of an impact on the overarching narrative in the film as those two characters did. And I thought Divine is just great. As we talked about B when we recorded our holdovers review, her career has just from Dolomite was her name to TV shows. She is a star in the making, man. Like this is I'm glad this is gonna finally kind of she's her name is out there, but I think in the next couple of years she's gonna be a household name, and deservedly so because she's just a great actress. So I think the right person won in this award for sure.
Right on, right on, right on. Larry, where are you at as far as this is concerned? With the best supporting actress. Did you get a chance to see the holdovers? Shout out to Mom. She loved this movie too.
I haven't seen all of it. I've only seen part of it, but it's one of those movies. I was my Peacock thing was cut off for a minute because I turned it off and then I had to get it turned back on because I had found a deal to get it for free for 6 months. So I didn't finish watching. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Finish watching it now. I have it back on, but I'm not offended by if any of these people had. The only one I really was rooting for was America Ferrera. I know people weren't. I know people were sort of like Barbie, okay, whatever. She's just, they were saying it was just that one scene. But I think that sometimes all it takes is one scene, And I thought she was fantastic. But I'm an America Ferrera fan and have been, and she can basically do no wrong unless she drops an N-bomb or something. So I'm.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault.
No, go for it.
No, I was gonna say you gave her a nice compliment last night in the chat too. I just remembered that.
Man, when did she turn into a brick house? Man, I was like, jeez. She was looking really, really nice. Like whoever dressed her and styled her, they did a fantastic job.
Right on. Right on. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. But since we're talking about the holdovers, me and Elliot did a review. Check that out. We had some fun talking for around 30 minutes of that film, and you can hear Mr. Collins talk a little bit more about Miss Divine as well. Link is it's not link in the description, but it's on my channel. So check it out. Check it out. Best actress in the leading role. I'm not mad at this one. I agree with this one 100%. I saw some other recaps to where they were actually upset that Lily Gladstone did not win for Killers of the Flower Moon. I didn't finish this one. Sandra Hüller was really good in her film. I like the way she was checking her husband. Because if you've seen that movie, I just want to say her husband was whining to me. He was being a little bitch boy, in my opinion, if you've seen the film. But she did great in that. But Annette Bening and Nayat, I haven't seen Nayat, but Emma Stone, as crazy as her character was, I think this is well deserved. I'm sorry, Larry, where are you on actress in the leading role on this?
Again, that's one of those things where it's like I didn't want Poor Things. I don't like movies that I don't like the content to win a bunch of awards, but when you try and separate the performance from the performance of the artist from the actual content of the movie, she was fantastic in that. She really was. Emma Stone she was really pretty amazing in that. But it's just hard to separate that. Some of it was just so
not yet. I'm gonna let you have your moment. I'm gonna let you have your moment. Okay.
But the thing that got me that I was really rooting for Lily Gladstone is because how many opportunities is a Native American woman going to have to win an Oscar? That was probably her one chance in her career.
I got to make it big. I feel you on that, but that's something I disagree with. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just not going to give somebody an award just because it's like you've never had a chance before. To me, it just still comes down to who's the best. So even though Native Americans are not represented the way that they feel they should, I just still got to give it to whoever the best is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, people were saying that Jamie Lee Curtis won last year for best supporting actress. Like, oh, she's been in Hollywood for so long. We got to give her one, just because, she's about to retire or whatever. No, if you're not the best, you're not the best. But I'm off my soapbox. Elliot, how you feel Emma Stone winning for actress in the leading role?
Hey, not to beat a dead horse, deservedly so. She was the best performance to me of 2023, just because it's rare that we get to see a character literally go through the trajectory from, not to give anything away, from like thematically from birth to what she, you know, becoming the character that she does by the end of the film. So I thought she did a great job of just portraying all the levels of Bella Baxter. And as far as the Lily Gladstone conversation goes, she was fantastic. But I think if anything, she's the female lead of that film, but she's more of a supporting character to me, more than anything. And especially when you think of that, how the film plays out, she's pretty much the second half of the film. There's like 45 minutes where she's not even in the movie. So again, it goes about not only screen time, but just like again, going back to Emma Stone, she literally that's her film, and she carries the entirety of the film as far as just the progression of the character. So, and to Larry's point, I think, yes, it's great she got the nomination, but I think this is just the beginning for Lily's career. She's been acting for a bit now, especially on television shows, but I think that she's hopefully open the door for more opportunities for her to go back and forth with Emma, because this is Emma's second time winning an Oscar. So this might be a nice little competitive thing that we get to see hopefully in the next coming years. So Lily was great, but I think Emma deserved the award more than anyone else on this list.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Emma going down the path of some of the other folks like Jodie Foster and Halle Berry, and them having to take their clothes off for the Oscars. And there has been a bit of history with that, where it seems to be that if you get naked, or you get really ugly, or you get ugly and naked, that you're in Oscar contention. And and it seems to be that with black men, it seems if you play sort of a stereotype or something, that you have an opportunity to win an Oscar. Or white guys, they always joke that if you play a retarded person or a mentally disabled person, whatever is politically correct today, that then you have an opportunity. And it really seems as if there are some stereotypes and some patterns that really seem to be true and need to be broken.
I was going to bring it up next. I was going to bring this up too, about the joke you made. You know, Robert Downey Jr. made that himself in Tropic Thunder. You know, don't go full retard in the role, and you win if you do go full retard. And you got to see the movie. I'm not being disrespectful, in my opinion, at least. And I was thinking about that joke as well in the film. Also, Baby Toshiro said mayonnaise category. Emma was okay for someone who was getting nude every 5 seconds. I mean, you know, if that made no shade to you, Baby Toshiro, because I love your commentary here. I think the film just made you uncomfortable, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But the film was more than that to me. Yeah. You know, they could have toned it down, I guess, but
it wasn't really that. It wasn't that the nudity didn't make me uncomfortable. It was one of the things that made me uncomfortable was essentially. Go ahead.
We're going. Wait. I got you, Larry. I got you. We're anxious, boy.
I am sorry, bro. Sorry. Go ahead.
We got 3 categories left. We almost out of here. Next we have actor in a supporting role. Yes, I agree with this one. Robert Downey Jr. and Oppenheimer. That was easy to me.
Really?
Yes. Robert Downey Jr. Robert De Niro. It was cool, but me and One Take was on the phone. We was like, anybody could have done this. You know, I think he just got it because it's Robert De Niro. But I'm not hating on him either. This is stupid. This is dumb. You definitely got to check out me and Kimberly's review on this, because she went in on this right here. This is just a slap in the face. Like, why are you nominated for this? Why? I mean, perfect casting, but that's silly.
I thought it should have been Mark Ruffalo or Sterling K. Brown.
No. This is the worst. I don't know why Sterling K. Brown was nominated. You know, I'm rooting for black people, but the only really standout scene to me for Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction was after Maynard and Lorraine got married, and he was talking to his brother Monk on the porch on the balcony. That was a great scene in between those, and I was like, okay, this is really good acting. But but Robert Downey Jr. definitely deserved it in my opinion. Go ahead, Larry. You can take it for this category. Right, you next.
I'll tell you one of the reasons why I love Sterling K. Brown here is because and I don't remember who said it, but I remember watching. It might have been on like one of those actors studio shows they used to put on. But I remember somebody saying if black people want the rest of the world to see us. We have to allow ourselves to be complete and full individuals. We have to tell the full story of us. And I felt that's what we were seeing there. It was like, here was this guy who was, for all intents and purposes, a very successful man. He was a doctor, a plastic surgeon, and yet he was sort of in his own crisis in a sense. He was up there doing all kinds of drugs. He was to live in his sort of, I don't even want to call it middle life, because he didn't seem like he was quite in the midlife yet, but he just come out. So he was sort of trying to make up for lost time, sort of trying to live as if he was like a 20-something-year-old gay dude when he was probably in his 40s. And he just seemed like he was a mess. But we were seeing him in the way that his family sees him. I bet you the rest of the people around, his patients, his colleagues, the people all those people probably see an entirely different version of him. And I thought he really played. I thought the role that he played was really, really interesting. And normally I'm offended by the whole idea of them making black dudes gay, because I think they do it in such a way often that's offensive, but they didn't do his role in a way that was offensive. It was sort of like, here's a guy, he's gay, and he's trying to live his best life as a gay dude who came out late, but it wasn't done in an offensive manner to me, as I've seen in some other times. And I thought he did a fantastic job of that role. I was surprised. I was like, I mean, here's this very masculine dude who's playing a gay dude. I was like, how does Hollywood not give him an Oscar for that? I just thought that was going to happen. And then Mark Ruffalo, for Poor Things, I was like, he was fantastic too. I mean, I could have, if either one of them had won, I would have been just like, yeah, they deserved it.
Okay. I respect your take, sir. Well said. Well said. Elliot, Robert got it. So, hold on. Did you not? I'm just curious, Larry. Did you not like Robert at all, or you just like Mark Ruffalo and Sterling better?
I just liked them better.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Elliot, where you at, man?
Yeah, man.
Best supporting actor.
Yeah, I mean, this is Robert's third nomination, Chaplin as lead and Tropic Thunder supporting. He finally got it, man. And to Larry's point is about like Hollywood and how they view certain actors. I mean, this is the classic Hollywood story, the redemption arc, right? 30 years ago, this man was locked up for all types of crazy things. And to, fast forward 30 years later, obviously a lot of people, at least a certain generation, thinks of him as just Iron Man. But a lot of us has been following him since, younger days. And now it's a pretty interesting story, and deservingly so. I don't want to make it like it's a life achievement award. I think he did fantastic in Oppenheimer. But I am with Larry. I think I would have personally picked Mark Ruffalo because, as you mentioned earlier, I've been following Mark Ruffalo for a long time as well, and this is we've never seen him play this role. I think he even said he didn't even want to take the role because it was just so different from him. And I think those are the roles that a lot of actors should, when they're afraid of it, they should do it because you'll probably get something like I think we got out of his performance. So, but to Sterling K. Brown of it all, Larry said, made some really good points. I think the only thing that was missing for me in that role compared to like seeing what happened with Robert's character in Oppenheimer or even Mark's character in Poor Things is I wish that I don't want to give too much away, but there's a character in the film that he didn't get the moment to be himself in front of and get that closure of a sense that I wish that would have been a scene in the film to really give you that arc for the character that maybe would have pushed him over the edge. Because I do agree with you, B, that scene on the balcony with him and his brother was a really powerful scene. But I wish
the beauty of it wasn't that the beauty of that scene was him talking about how he never got to be his entire complete self in front of that person. Isn't that the beauty?
I wish we would have saw that. I just wish we would have had that moment though between those characters. For me, that would have been like a closure.
Are you talking about the scene where with his mother when she was in the home? Like, are you?
No, when he was talking about his.
No. Not. I'm talking about you, Elliot. When you saying you wish it would have went further, he had that closure. You talking about with his mother?
Well, no, I wish he would have had that with his dad. Had that moment with his dad. Okay. That to me would have been like
never have had that scene if we'd have never have had that scene on the porch if he had.
True.
If he had been able to tell his dad who he was. That was the whole beauty of that scene, in that he was never able to be his true self with his dad and to express that regret. It was
okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Great points all around. This is a great discussion. Great discussion. So So Larry
I'll
likes
tell you what though.
Ruffalo. Go ahead.
Robert Downey Jr. He gave the best Oscar speech. His speech was awesome. His acceptance speech was incredible. Like giving a shout out to his business. Like most people think of their business managers as like all you hear is horror stories about business managers ripping off their clients and stealing their money over decades and decades and years, and these people go broke. To hear him thank his business manager for bailing him out of jail, putting him in rehab, for being there for him through all those really dark days. Like some people don't even, like some of the people who know Robert Downey Jr.
Don't know
weren't even born yet. I remember watching the news when he was in jail. I mean, he was getting locked up. I remember seeing him in court. He was literally begging the judge, please send me to jail. I will die if you don't. He was begging for help in the court. This dude was in the depths. If you guys have ever if there was a movie way back in the day called, what was it called? It was like Less Than Zero or something like that. It was where he played a heroin addict. And he basically embodied that character a few years later in real life. And this dude was terrible, but he talked about that stuff briefly, and the way that he acknowledged all of that in his Oscar speech. He gave the best Oscar speech of the night, I thought.
I would recommend everyone check out the doc that he did for his dad before he passed away. I think it's called Junior. It's on Netflix, and it goes, like Larry was talking about, it goes into like all his, stuff that he went through and how he kind of came out of that hole, and how his dad, who's a filmmaker of his own right, who's, like I said, passed away at this point. It's a really good movie on a doc on Netflix called Junior. Just check out.
Okay, so Larry thought that Mark Ruffalo and Sterling K. Brown should have won. And Elliot, Ryan Gosling. No, Elliot, you go with Sterling K. Brown too, correct?
Mark. I would have went Mark, but I can see how Larry's points about Sterling K. Brown is very valid. But I would have put Mark. Mark would have been the winner for me.
Two more left, guys. Two more left. Actor in the leading role. We got Cillian Murphy. Bradley Cooper, I can't comment on. The bits and pieces I saw of him were straight. Coleman Domingo, I still got to see Rustin. I have no idea, but I heard he knocked it out the park. I gotta make myself big. The brother was fire with a suit, head to toe. Ooh, they'll be dressing his ass off. But yeah, and then we got Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, and Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Even though all of these are, well, I've only seen 3 out of the 5. All of them are good. I'm happy with Cillian Murphy. I am. I wouldn't have been mad if Paul Giamatti won, but he didn't. Jeffrey Wright was good, but I don't think he was better than Paul Giamatti or Cillian. And again, I can't come to any conclusions with Bradley or Coleman. Elliot, where you at on the best leading actor in the leading role? Where you at, sir? Where you at?
Yeah, Bradley was good in Maestro, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of that film overall. Coleman is fantastic, and Rustin, like really, really good. He like amazing. But no, I'm happy with Cillian. I think he did. He's obviously playing a real life individual and one of the most important people in human history. And I thought that he really brought. He always talks about in all the interviews, and when he was on stage last night, that how all the other supporting amazing actors supported him and gave him that leeway to kind of, he's a great actor, man. I think this Cillian is such a fantastic actor, and he's been working with Nolan for over 20 years now, and to finally get his lead moment, to lead in the film of Nolan, I think he deserved it. But if it was, again, going back to if it was me, I probably would have gave it to Paul Giamatti, because that was one of my favorite performances last year as well. But shout out to Cillian, man.
Okay. Larry, man, where you at, sir, on the actor in the leading role?
I mean, I hate to always go black, but I would have given it to Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
I mean, this dude, man, he's one of those actors that's able to just deliver such intense performances and evoke such emotion without having to be over the top. He doesn't have to scream or yell or have spit and slobber coming all out of his mouth. He's able to just really just sort of just radiate these great emotions and just make you kind of sort of just feel whatever that he's feeling in that moment. And you forget you're watching Jeffrey Wright. Sometimes you watch actors in these roles and you still see the person you forget that you're watching Jeffrey Wright. You just see the character that he's playing. And I'm afraid that he's going to be one of those great actors that's only going to see an Oscar when he gets a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I hope that's not the case, because Hollywood has a tendency to reward people for these sometimes really over-the-top performances. And I hope he doesn't decide to go down that route so he can get a statue.
Okay.
You know?
All right, Jeffrey Wright and no, I'm sorry, Elliot. Who did you say again? I'm sorry.
Paul Giamatti was my front runner.
Paul Giamatti won an Oscar before. Didn't he win like a couple years back?
I think he won for Sideways, I think, maybe.
Oh,
Okay. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. Last of the day. While I am happy with the win, I am so disappointed in the anticlimactic reveal by your boy Al Pacino.
What was that?
Were they smoking when they asked him to, like, it was hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
He didn't even name the other films. He just went straight to the win.
They effed that up right there. But to the positive part, man, Oppenheimer won, baby. Oppenheimer won. Best picture. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. I do. Oppenheimer, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives. This was good, but I don't really like the last 30.
Past Lives was surprisingly good. That movie was fantastic.
That last 35 minutes, but for me, and I haven't seen Zone of Interest. Poor Things was, it could have won, but I'm happy with Oppenheimer, man. I think he deserved it. Yeah. It blew me away. Well, yeah, it was up there. I forgot the order. Yeah, Larry, go ahead, man. How'd you feel about the best picture? And you can let us know your whole entire take on Poor Things. Everything, the paragraphs you texted me was shocking and hilarious. But,
man, I am glad that it did not win Best Picture. But Hollywood has this thing where they love celebrating perversions, and I feel like that's what it was, because I know people were watching this and they were seeing this young woman that was out there. Try
not to spoil it, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll try this, but I don't know how I can express myself with this without spoiling it. But bottom line is that they were showing this woman who was supposedly a young woman that was out there discovering her sexuality all of a sudden. She went from basically never having any sort of sexual understanding to like becoming a prostitute to coming back around to like wanting to get married. It was just a lot. There was so much in there that was just offensive. And the thing that got me was they basically took a child's brain, stuck it in this woman's body.
Hey, come on now.
Okay. But the whole thing is that while we're looking at this woman and people are falling in love and wanting to have sex, basically they're having sex with a child. This is essentially a child. It's just she just happened to be in an adult's body. It was very sick and twisted.
I personally think for some reason sex just, you have a weird relationship with it. No shade. But
I have a weird relationship with perversion. I don't like perverts.
Given the context of the movie, it made sense to me. And if you just, in my opinion, if you just kind of have an understanding of how women are generally, that's not celebrated in society, I was okay with the story. I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where I was very uncomfortable, where I was like, "Whoa, what are we doing here?" But I wouldn't have been mad if it won. I know you were.
This idea of somebody going off and soiling the royal oats, as some may call it, that in itself, I did not find offensive. But the idea that there's this woman who is essentially a child.
Nobody knew that.
We knew it.
Yeah, but there was no You used the word perversion. There was no perversion.
We knew it. The filmmakers knew it.
You have been on this channel a number of times saying that prostitution should be legal.
It should be legal.
And now you're throwing it in the toilet.
But my problem with it is that you have this woman that they try and present as sort of like this. I mean, I should say childlike, but she was childlike because she was essentially a child, you know, but at the same time, they want to present her as this person who is intelligent and sort of like just wildly authentic, and she has all these wonderful attributes. But then at the same time, it's like they want to minimize her to only being able to just basically turn like she has her wonderful ways of thinking through all these issues, but all she can figure out is to turn $30 tricks in Paris. And I'm like, that's it.
That's not true at all. That's
kind of how they showed it. It was
we have all been by ourselves at one point in time and trying to discover how things work. And the way that they did in this film, her mind excelled in more ways than one. I thought it was genius.
We didn't get to see a lot of that. It all circled back to her.
She was reading. She was articulate. Her speech pattern changed from A to Z in a number of months. I thought it was brilliant.
All while she was working as a $30 trick in a brothel. Or she was having sexual relations on a boat.
A quarter of the film. That was not the duration. I mean, it's fine. I'm having fun. You know, I'm not mad at you. We just have a different take. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Papa Avery in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Papa Avery in the house.
Oh, I got my stuff turned down. You know what I'm saying? Got my Oscar dad that you gave me. You better thought I threw this away. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. I got that right.
I love
there.
it.
Nice. Yeah. What was I saying?
We need to all start nominating each other for Webbies. That's what we need to do.
That'll work.
We'll start nominating each other for Webbies.
Dad, watch the first thing. No, don't watch that. He would get mad at me. But we weren't talking to him for 6 years. That's just not his cup of tea. Okay, Larry. But back to
Brandon, if they had wrapped more story around her sexual exploration instead of making it so gratuitous, I would have been okay with it. It just seemed like it was an excuse for them to basically just show just childlike sex. It almost seemed like it was on some Hollywood pedo stuff. It just came off as creepy and weird to me, and it made it so I couldn't enjoy the film. Really, like I feel like if it had been different, like maybe the woman had just lost her memory, then maybe I would have enjoyed it, thinking, okay, this is just a person that has like amnesia or something. But the fact that I know that this is basically a child that has an adult body.
I respectfully disagree, but it is what it is, sir. Are there any other films? I know you don't want Poor Things to win, but is there anything else over Oppenheimer that you would have picked to win, or are you cool with Oppenheimer?
I'm cool with Oppenheimer. I really liked American Fiction. I didn't think it should have been best film, but I was very happy that it won best. I think it was screenplay or script or whatever it was. But
yeah.
I was happy it won that. I didn't think it should have won best film, but so I'm okay. I was okay with Oppenheimer. I expected it. I was okay with it.
Elliot, take us out of here. Best picture. You happy? You sad? What's your take on these 10 films nominated?
Yeah, no, the best film of last year won the award, which doesn't happen every year. So it's a rare thing. It's also rare for the best director to win the best picture. So I think it's well deserved. Not only just from a narrative standpoint, scope and scale, but it was just, it's a monumental film as well. It's for, not to undermine the accomplishments of a film that's half in black and white. It's 3 hours long. It's a biopic about the atomic bomb, making over almost $1 billion at the box office. Of course, we know the whole Barbenheimer conversation that came with it, but it's a moment in time. And I think this is, it's not my favorite Christopher Nolan film. That goes to, as B knows, to Interstellar, but I think it's his best direction. And I think this is his, as far as just the structuring of the film and how he was able to tell a story. Like I said, it's rare, but the best film of last year, to me, won the award. So rightfully so, man. Shout out to Christopher Nolan. I think what's funny is his next movie, Blank Check. Like, I don't care if it's through Universal or he goes back to Warner Brothers, whatever his next movie is, they're just going to say, do whatever you want, Chris. Like, he's probably the only person in Hollywood right now, besides maybe, well, him and James Cameron are the only ones I think can just, and Steven Spielberg, and I guess you got more people, but those are the three guys in Hollywood. I think you can literally walk
Which
into
is
the
what I'm
office.
thinking about. There's a few blank checks out there.
Yeah.
Funny thing you said it, not even Steven Spielberg, bro, because I think they gave him a hard time trying to budget Lincoln, and some of his movies are not. I mean, he got the longest filmography,
Yeah.
and more films, but he had some turds, financial and critically. What was the one about the giant? I forgot. I don't want to stay here too much long. Elliot, is it safe to say that you said that Oppenheimer deserved to win, the best of last year? Is it safe to say, as far as you're concerned, that Poor Things should have got second place and The Holdover should have got third?
Yeah. Like I said, as far as, and that's, I wish they'll never do it, but I wish they would reveal the votes.
Ooh, yeah,
They would never ever put that out there, but I would love to see the tallying
should,
of these nominations.
They should. I think it will get more views, in my opinion.
You know, speaking about what they should do, and I think this is I know that people complain sometimes that the Oscars is too long as it is, but I think they need to have a few more categories out there. And
100%.
One of them is, I think they should have a best comedy film, because I feel like comedies are often just not recognized, because when you put them up for best film or something else, they're just they don't often they don't compete well against some of the other films that are out there. But but also, you know, they had this nice tribute to stuntmen and stunt women out there.
Yeah.
And if anybody who's actually been on a movie set knows that stunt people, they're often a very integral part of designing the actual stunts, because they are the ones telling people, like, no, this can't be done safely. Like, we can do this or we can do that. And they're often designing the stunts. And there should be a category for that.
100%.
You know? Because they are a big deal. Some of these movies out there that are made, these big blockbuster movies that we all love, they are nothing without the big stunts, and
100%.
or even the small ones, and they should be recognized for that and celebrated for it, not just in some little montage. It should be there should be an award for it.
To Larry's point, stunt ensemble cast, I think, should be a thing.
That was the last
should give
one
an award to casting director, because casting directors are so important and vital. So yeah, I definitely agree with Larry, and more genre based categories. Like, I'm a big horror fan. Horror gets, horror and science fiction.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Before you do, can I say one last thing? So I'll interrupt you.
It's 72 last things. What's up?
So I was just going to speak to the ensemble cast. When I realized there should be a category for ensemble cast was after I watched, Straight Outta Compton. When you see a movie like that and you see how great the performances were, but you can't just pluck one out for best actor or best. It should have been, there should be a category for best ensemble cast. And, because there's plenty of great movies out there that would be recognized if they had a category to recognize them.
I was going to say, I agree with the category for ensemble cast or casting director, and also stunts. But I don't know about comedy. Comedy is too subjective. But that's just me. But guys, that is it. That is all that we have today for the 96 Academy Awards Oscar celebration. Oscars 2024. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it. I have so much fun discussing this in detail. And Larry, I gotta have you back more, man. You have some interesting takes, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
So that's what's up with it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And coming to you, man, what you got going on your channel for all the good people to look forward to out there?
Oh man, just more tech, trying to grow the channel out there. YouTube is always playing their algorithm games, but I'm just keep on grinding through. So I have some new smartphones I'm reviewing, some earbuds. OnePlus just sent me a new smartwatch. So lots of tech coming up. Just trying to get out there and have some fun with it. And, I'm going to try and get out the house a little bit more now that we have our daylight savings here and we get a little bit more sunlight in the evening. So I'm not a morning person. So for me, daylight savings is a lifesaver. I get to get out there and enjoy the daylight a little bit longer. So
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Again, thank you for being here. Elliot, what you got going on your lovely channel, sir, for all the good people to look forward to?
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on tonight, B. And
course.
early Oscar predictions of next year. Dune is taking all the awards. But no, you guys can check me out here on YouTube at Movie Files. Many things to look forward to this month. We got Ghostbusters, Kong versus Godzilla, a couple TV shows, The Return of Invincible, and a lot of X-Men's coming back. So a lot of things to look forward to in the coming weeks. So definitely check me out on YouTube.
That's for darn sure. Also, guys, if you're not, my handle been on the screen sometime. I'm trying to get to 3,000 followers on Instagram. So if you have your phone out, go ahead and pull it out. Type in Just My Opinion 84, and we're not going to leave until I get 100. So no, I'm joking. Also, since we're talking about the Oscars, check out me and Kim's review for Barbie. She had a very interesting take. Check out me and E-Man's of American Fiction. Myself for Past Lives, me and Elliot for The Holdovers, me and Kimberly again for Anatomy of a Fall, me and Chris for The Killers of the Flower Moon, and me and Lamont for the Best Picture winner, Oppenheimer, baby, Oppenheimer. Also, if you're watching FX, Disney Plus, or Hulu, Shogun is streaming right now. The latest episode does come out tonight, and it is fire. Me and Kimberly have done episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and hold on real quick. We also got episode, if this thumbnail will load up real quick, episode 4 as well. It's already uploaded to the channel. As soon as you're done watching it tonight, our recap will be up. And one more thing, guys, I'm at 49,832 subscribers, really trying to hit 50K by the end of April. There's a reason why. I think Elliot maybe know why, but I'm trying to hit 50K by the end of April at the latest. So you can only help me doing that by sharing the video. And
we get a 50K this month, people.
Hopefully.
Also, take his channel and share it. Share it to everyone.
I will put a link up for audio only on all of these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud. Link is in the description with Buzzsprout. But let's get out of here, guys, and eat dinner. Thank y'all for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Larry. That's Elliot. And that's Just Our Opinion. Sorry. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.